Real talk with Relly B. Real talk with Relly B.
What's up, y'all? I am Relly B, and this is Real Talk with Relly. Today episode, we are doing my favorite segment, not your regular interview. And today's guest, I have my girl, Asia Pearson, signed R&B artist, Asia Pearson. Before we started filming, she told me that it's my fault why everyone called her Asia Pearson. So, like, how is that my fault?
Since 5th grade, right? We was in 5th grade
Girl.
all the way to 8th grade. My name was Asia Pearson, because Asia Pearson. And it was just like, so
It's a
why do y'all
flow.
like saying my whole name? And then when I got in the music industry, I just wanted to be Asia because in my head, there were no other Asias. And then I was told otherwise. It was like, you might as well just use
Be
your last
Asia
name.
Pearson.
So this is her fault, honestly.
Thank me. When she out here getting them Grammys, it's me.
It's her fault.
Okay, so just give us a little introduction about yourself. Like, who are you? How you got started? What all you do?
Okay, so I'm Asia Pearson. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Can't even talk. Detroit, Michigan. From the east side of Detroit, Michigan. I'm signed to Eric Ballinger. He has a label. Eric Ballinger has been my favorite artist since forever. And
I love him.
magically, boom. It's not even magic. I spoke it into existence, honestly. That was the only person I ever wanted to be signed to. And then after I said it years ago, fast forward, I'm here today. And I'm his first signed artist.
That's crazy.
And yeah, I just dropped my first EP. It's called Therapy Version 1.
We're going to talk
Go
about
get
that.
it. Y'all gonna cry. And it's gonna be good.
Definitely going to be sitting there about to cry. I had my headphones in like, I don't know. I told Tia, I don't know if I could finish this one. Okay, so let's talk about how did you get signed? I know it was a contest.
Mm-hmm.
How did that go? Did you just drop your song for the contest, just like, oh, let me just see what's gonna happen, or was it like I could get signed? I got a hit, like.
So I kind of was playing with the people because I watched his live. He had a live, I want to say maybe like 3 months before he actually did this contest where he said he would hold a contest, but he was also looking for artists to sign to his label. So I knew that in the back of my mind. So I submitted my song once I finally see that he went forward with the contest. I felt like, I felt like I was going to get it, you know?
Okay, the confidence.
But the contest was that you won a feature of him on your song. Mm-hmm. And that was the very first song I ever put out ever. So I thought I was going to get that. The thing is, the people always tell me, you won. I didn't actually win the contest. Somebody else won the contest.
Talk about it.
Somebody else got the feature, and then he turned around and said, but I want to sign Asia to YFS.
So you got the bigger bag.
Right.
Because I would rather get the bigger bag than
the
contest was cool. It was cool, but I would rather get signed to his label. And then you're the first artist. So let's talk about, he just came here to Detroit and had a tour. Mm-hmm. How was that? Tour life? Like you out on tour with the celebs. Like,
so, it was an amazing experience. It is very, what's the word I can use? It's trying. It's a very trying time.
Okay.
Tour life is literally a monster. However, the performing and the meeting people and being able to sing your own songs and people connecting with you. A lot of people knew who I was. I didn't even think that was going to be a thing, but that was cool.
That's crazy.
And then it was like real personable. Like they would come up to me like, girl, I listen to your song because my man broke up with me, girl. All this stuff. People was telling me about suicide because I've been through that. So they was telling me about all this stuff. And then on the other hand, the tour life, the no sleep, the partying, the club, the gotta be on time for sound check.
You grinding.
Didn't sleep. Not eating. I lost like 5 whole pounds.
Oh, they don't tell you that.
I just gained the pounds for the tour, and I lost it maybe like a week after that. I was just like, guys, what's going on? But it was fun. It's just very interesting. And I was on tour with a whole bunch of guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I had my best friend with me. Shout out to Sparkle Jewel.
Yes.
She was my sanity. Praise the Lord. It was a good time, though. It was a good time.
Okay,
It's crazy,
so what was your favorite city? Detroit, probably, of course, right?
You know,
Not the city. Who was
we
rocking
actually
with you
did
the
have a
hardest,
good
though?
time.
Okay.
In Detroit, we had a great time because I had the Believe 3 dancers with me.
Shout out to Believe
Bellinger
3.
was the choreographer. He usually is my choreographer. So it
danced
was
with
real
them for a
lit.
second.
It was real lit for the sake of that. Absolutely, they made it a show. Cleveland was the second city that I did, and they were like super lit
Cleveland.
for me. And I'm just like, I don't know if it was because I was starting the show off and they just were like heavy anticipation, like excited. But it just seemed like they was really into it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then Denver.
Denver was hard.
What's crazy about Denver is that when I got off the tour bus, when we got there, love my white people. But that's all I seen. So I'm like, who is in Denver? Like, nobody goes to Denver. When I tell you we were in there wall to wall.
Oh, wow. Look, she did that hate. She's black.
We was in there wall to wall.
Wow.
Literally, it was packed in there. It was a small venue. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's going to be like
so
a
they
cool
very
little
supportive.
Chill. They were super lit. I was really like taken aback. And then I like New Orleans. I love New Orleans because they was turned, but it'd be them. It'd be them for me.
See, the thing about Detroit that I think they be hating, low key. So is it more like other cities be supporting, and then you get to your city and it's like, that's Asia, or are we excited? Like you're from Detroit,
right? I think that Detroit had a good time during my set. I can say, but I don't know. We just have a tendency of like giving like weird energy when we see somebody else succeeding. Not me particularly, because I love to see people going crazy, but
they do hate a little bit. Like, oh, she thinks she, like, and
I
don't think we should be like that.
My god sister was in the crowd. She heard somebody saying something slick. I ain't gonna say what she said. But I was just like, I mean, it was a lot of them that was turned for me though. So I don't know. That's the thing, though. They always talk about
you got to come back and then you got to headline the show. So it probably be different. Who all was on tour with you?
So it was me, a guy named Stephen G from L.A.
Love his smile. love his smile. Yes.
You know who I'm talking about?
I know
with
exactly
the ponytail.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Shout out to Stephen and his ponytail. It was Nick Lavelle from Detroit. It was Detroit Zeus from here, obviously Detroit Zeus. Who else was on that tour? Obviously Sammy and Eric Ballinger. I'm trying to think. What is his name? K Huff. He's from here too.
I don't know him, but
I think that Nick Lavelle brought him out. And the thing about Nick Lavelle, he was bringing people out during his set, which I really appreciated that, because it was just like he just trying to put his people on. So he was giving people shots every city, like. Oh,
then that's real. That's
it was lit. He's lit,
and that's how you should be. If you got an opportunity to help somebody else,
exactly.
And that's what I plan to do with my show eventually. So for now, I think I booked my own. I'm having 12 episodes. I booked all my guests myself. My next season, I plan to bring other people on. So shout out to Nick Lavelle for that. Meeting Eric Ballinger. How was that?
So let's go back a little bit.
Rewind
to the contest. Me winning the contest. When he announced that he wanted to sign me, I literally was on a plane 2 days later to go to Malibu. Wow. But that was my first time to California, period. So I took Sparkle. Shout out to Sparkle. We went. It was actually crazy because we were not communicating with an assistant. I'm thinking,
you talking
it's
to
Eric Ballinger, like
his manager, his assistant, somebody.
I had direct contact from jump. So we get off the plane. He's on the phone like, okay, stay on the phone. I'm about to call your Uber. And I'm like, this is like really weird. I felt like I was floating the whole time. I didn't actually come down to earth to be like, oh, this is actually happening. Like, it was. Did you
think
weird.
It was real? Did you think he was going to show up and then he wasn't going to be there? It was going to be fake?
So we got there at night. So I'm thinking where we were about to go, we're about to meet the assistant to let us in, and we put our stuff down, lay down. No. We pull up. I'm like, we pulling up. So he like, all right, I'm about to come outside. And I'm like, what do you mean? So I'm like, we was like 3 minutes away. So I'm like, Sparkle, please do not jump out the car. Don't jump out the car.
Sparkle.
Give me 2 seconds to like think and like breathe, because this is like happening too fast. So she jumps out the car. He's right there. And I'm not on the side where he gonna see me first.
So he probably like, who is this?
She jump out the car, Uncle Easy. I said, what? Sparkle, why would you do that? So now I gotta get out. He like, you finally made it. I'm like, yeah.
You
because I'm just like, Sparkle, why would you just jump out the car?
But it's Sparkle, though. It makes sense. If
Of
y'all
course.
met Sparkle, it would make perfect sense for her
Exactly.
to jump out of the car to a celebrity that she don't even
Talking
know.
about Uncle Easy. The things that we always call him that, but it just was like, girl,
He don't know that, first
you
of
could have
all.
gave me 2 seconds to just, no. She said, no, we outside. We going. And so when we got there,
like
he was, it was an Airbnb off the water in Malibu. It was actually really crazy. But it was at night, so he was mixing. At the time, he was working on Coven Season 3. So it was just weird, because I'm sitting on the couch with him. His assistant like, you want some chicken? You want some broccoli? We got chicken and broccoli. I'm like, sure. But he like, here, sit down. So he like, nudges to the right, nudges to the left, talking about the music to put the right ad-libs where they need to go. And I'm listening to the album before it come out, and this is my favorite artist ever, period. Well, outside of like Michael Jackson and Layla Hathaway. But yeah, so it was
close up there.
I'm just sitting there like, this is like really eerie.
You really watching this man
really
create
eerie.
an album.
And I didn't really feel like it was real until I woke up the next day and I was still there. That's when it was like, oh.
This ain't no joke.
And he texted me tomorrow, so we going to lunch at da-da-da-da. I'm like, I'm going to be there to come get y'all. Huh? Why is it just happening like this,
Your
God?
favorite artist. That's crazy.
But me and God, we so close that he really be listening. Because I was obedient that year.
You went the past year?
I was obedient. We be a little stupid sometimes. He told me to do something specifically, and I did it. And I was like, all right, God, now you got to make this make sense. Because I didn't want to leave that alone. But shout out to the therapy EP. Because that's...
We're going to talk about that too.
Amen.
I need to get all in your business.
Okay.
So since we bringing up therapy, tired. First of all, I love it.
Oh,
Let's start with that. I freaking love it. So tell me, like, the mindset you was in when you created it.
It's funny you started off with that, because I actually made that song the third day I was in Malibu, that first time I met him.
Oh, okay.
So we were in a studio session, but it was a whole bunch of people it was a studio house, basically. People just walking around, loud, talking, laughing. I was actually frustrated. That's how the song came about, because it was too many people. I wanted to record. I hadn't recorded yet, and they were just going through these loops of these songs. So I'm just sitting there, and they get to this song, and I'm looking at Sparkle because now I'm irritated. I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of this. I'm not talking about sleep. Like, I'm saying it funny, though.
Because you're silly.
And so somebody heard me, and he was like, did you write that down? I'm like, no. He like, do you remember what you said? I said, yeah. Yeah, I remember. We've been sitting here for 3 hours just lollygagging. He's like, go record it. I'm like, okay, well, let's record it.
And that's how that kind of...
But the mindset I was in, I was really stressed out that year. I think I was 23. And I told God, I said, God, now listen now. I can't turn 26 and still not be in the career that I really want to be in. Like, if you let me be 26 and I'm still not there, I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it.
You was going to give up?
I was just like, I don't want to do it no more.
You see how you worked
And so I was stressed out. I wasn't really working. I was a nanny. Wasn't really making money like that. And I just was over it. It was just like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I'm just over it being like this. And so that was the headspace that I was in. And so that's how that song came about.
Well, can we play the song so that the people
you
can
wanna play
see
the
exactly what tired is?
Girl, tired, girl.
If you only knew what I'm going through, you'll be tired too, yeah, you'll be tired too. Yeah. So tired of the pressure, so tired of the pressure on me. So tired of the pressure, so tired, man, it really make my head hurt. Oh, so tired of the pressure.
That's you. That's you. Okay, so now we really got to talk about it.
You seen that gun in my hand?
I see guns. I see pills. I see a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
What is that about?
So, tired for me was like an outlet because since I was like, maybe like 8 to 17, literally, I was suicidal. I didn't want to be here.
Wow.
It's funny because when I tell
never
people
know.
that, they never knew. Like, girl, you always laughing and smiling. I was like, I mean, yeah, that's just my personality. But when I go home, I'm asleep all day. Don't come out my room. I'm not eating, barely talking. I'm the type of person that, well, used to be, that would shut down and just don't ever say how I'm feeling. Just in my head and just like, why am I here? I don't want to be here. I love my people, but like, get me out of here. I don't want to do this no more. But I went through a lot of things as a child. One of the things that I actually shared openly was that I was molested.
Wow.
And it's crazy because I actually have a therapist. Shout out to my therapist. I love her. She's not my friend. She made that very clear to me. But we kind of talked about it briefly. We haven't really like jumped into it because I went and spoke to the people who molested me before I got therapy.
How'd that go?
It actually went like super, super good.
Really?
I was terrified for years, and it just got to a point where God was like, you can't do anything else until you do this. So I just like, all right, let's just do it. And I actually was terrified, but it just was like, let's just do it. Like, what's in the way? So I talked to all of them, except for one. Couldn't get in touch with one of them. But it was 4 that I spoke to, and they were all, I ain't gonna say that part, I'll just leave that part. But they were all really sincere in being apologetic. Because they were young. I was like 4, 5, 6, 7 around that time. So, you know, things happen to people and they continue patterns that they not really paying attention to. So it was a really big thing because I immediately felt this entire weight off me. Like now, I don't even think about it no more. So tired, it stems from me going through traumatic things as a child and not realizing that because I never was taught how to process these things, and just as Black people, period, we're not taught or given an outlet to learn how to process things. Whether you cry through it, you speak outly, boldly about it without being afraid to say this or that. Go face it head first, whatever it is. Therapy, having a relationship with God, like we never really taught how to process it. So some of the symptoms of like molestation is suicidalness. I don't even know if that's a word. But that I learned that was a part of the reason why I always had those feelings. I never knew why I was suicidal. I just knew I was suicidal. So as I got older and I faced that, and now I'm in therapy, now I'm seeing like, oh, okay.
Makes sense
We
now.
just gotta go dig this stuff out and get it out. That's it. And I'm gonna be myself now. I feel like before I did that, I had somebody else's total identity. Like me on the other side of trauma is a totally different person than that person. So yeah, tired is the confession of like being able to say it outwardly for people, because people just feel like they can't say it or like you're alone, and that's how I felt. But tired for people is the outlet to be able to just get it out, and that being okay.
And that's probably why God kept you here.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can help others that feel it, that can't. Like, for me, I know I lost my father last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the type, I'm bubbly too. Like,
Right.
But behind closed doors, I'm crying every day. That's my father. So it's like,
Right.
well, so you don't ever know what someone's going through. So maybe that is why you're signed. Maybe that is why you're making music.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can help the people that, you know, can't express how they're feeling. But they can listen to your song and I could be in my room crying by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, that's how I get through my stuff. So,
Yeah, me too.
girl, before we cry, whew, before we be on here crying, we going to play a
Cause
game.
I cry.
Okay, and now I don't think we on a time frame, so I don't think we both could be on here crying. So before we be crying,
No, that's cool. We ain't gonna make them cry right now.
let's play a game.
Mm-hmm.
I call it song charades.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you a word, and you have to you have to sing a little bit. The first song or the first
charades,
lyrics that come to your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you ready? Let's hurry up, play before we crying. So the first word we're going to do is love.
Girl, that's so stupid. Cause the first thing that always comes to mind, love. Never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we start kissing, I found. Not even playing with her.
Listen, because that's the first thing I thought of.
Literally.
I was over here like, y'all know I can't sing.
We
so I'm over
always
here
do
like,
that.
love. And it was not working. So I said, I'm going to give it to Asia. Let's do girl.
That's so funny. Girl, I can tell you've been lying and you need somebody to talk to. Girl.
That'll work. Lost.
First of all, the way that I'm hearing everything is literally the first word of
As
what it
if I
is.
probably told you ahead of time, but I did it.
It's Frank Ocean. Lost in the thrill of it all. Girl, you know you're lost in the thrill of it all. Miami, Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain, lost. That's my song, girl.
Therapy.
She childish.
I threw that in there, didn't I?
That is not a good song to just sing, and you don't want to cry.
Come on, make it quick.
Let's talk about my abandonment issues. Let's talk about how I was touched and abused. Why would I think I could ever love you through this pain? You didn't do that to me. I guess I need therapy. Girl, that's not the song to just be singing, girl.
Because now I want to hear more. Okay. Close.
That's childish. What is it? Step back, you're dancing kind of close.
That's
I
what you
feel
think
coming through.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and the last
I
one
was
is
gonna sing something
be...
else, but we needed to switch that energy.
That's why I said the last one gonna be smile.
Dang, I want to sing something else, but
What you think of that? I smile.
even though I hurt, see, I smile. I know God is working, so I smile. Even though I've been here for a while, I smile. Girl, I wanted to find something else. That would have took all day.
Oh my goodness. So
Dang,
you write your own songs.
I do.
Why?
So when I was younger, you did some research or something? She's talking about why.
You know me.
When I was younger, I just always felt like, how can somebody else write your song for you? I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. Like, they don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. Like, it doesn't make sense. It literally didn't make sense. So when I got older, that's all I wanted to do. I mean, it was just in me to be able to write. I've always written. But I let people, you know, co-write sometime. I've co-written with Eric. We have some more things to co-write, but I've co-written with Eric. But right now, if it's not Eric, And if it's not like just undeniable, I can't do it. It's like the most struggling kind of situation. Like we both trying to get it out of each other. Like, okay, so what should these words be? What should this be about? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, that's too much thinking for me because I'm the type of person, I just get in the booth and I'm just singing.
Okay. That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense. I know how to write songs.
Oh my
Again,
God,
I can't sing. I can write. Like, I can write. Fun fact, I can't sing. So I'm never going to become a star because...
I'm never going to become a star.
And I feel like I write songs for me, so I'm not giving them to y'all. Like, I'm not doing that.
And you know what?
It makes sense, right?
It makes sense to me, but somebody may be able to get the point across for you to make millions of dollars.
You ain't about to make hits off. Well, I guess.
You know?
Anything you want to talk about? You want to get off your chest?
That's so funny.
Any dirt that we should know about?
Not dirt.
Come on.
God is good, and I feel like everybody should know that and experience that. Therapy version 1 is out, and I cannot wait to start re-recording. Because I had already had songs for therapy version 2, but I may have to go in. I'm not that I may. I'm going to go back in, and we're going to do a whole different thing. Because, you know, the beginning of therapy version 1 started off like relationship-based, and then it peeled the onion, and we got down to ourselves. But the beginning of therapy started off as a relationship that failed.
So we back in this relationship?
No, we're not.
Okay.
You know, stuff be happening.
What be happening? Tell us. Tell the people. The people want to know.
You know how stuff be kind of lingering when you break up with somebody? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't that kind of linger. It was just therapy version 2 is going to come out this year, and we're going to have a good time.
I have
a lot to say.
Open.
The DMs are so
Can
open.
A guy slide in a DM?
When I say I'm the most single, and I really don't like how single I am, actually, because I'm a relationship kind of girl. So that tour life, I was just like, okay, no, this is too much, God. Now you got to make this make sense because this is way too much. Because I got a little player in me, you know? Mm-hmm. And as an adult, I don't like the player in me because she does a lot of things that it's like, all right,
so you need a boo to be with you on tour.
Let's get married. Where's my husband at?
Okay.
So the DMs is open to the husband.
No
boyfriend, not
no
just
baby
miscellaneous
daddy.
people. No,
he can't come bring his kids and y'all.
You know, it's somebody in my head, and if they had to bring their child, you know,
you would let him.
I would let him if he's a man of God.
Okay.
For real.
Okay.
The for real kind though.
Let's throw out real quick any collabs. Why we can't talk to that? Because we probably about to cry.
At the point.
Any collabs you got? Let's talk about Detroit. Anybody you want to do a feature with?
So, Brielle Leslie hit me up. Okay. She wants to do a collab, so of course we're gonna do a lot of stuff.
That'd be real dope.
I love her. I really want to collab with Big Sean.
That'd be real nice.
I really want to collab with Big Sean, and I know that that's gonna happen. I just, you know, it's the time.
Because when you put your stuff out in the universe, it happens. So we just gonna say you heard it here first.
It's real strange.
On Real Talk with Relly, we collabed with Big Sean.
Yes.
Okay.
Cash out too. We have to figure it out though. Cash.
Yeah, I'm over here
Cash a little out there. You know, I'm a little reserved, a little bit.
She a little ratty, but it's a good ratty.
Hey.
So that could.
Don't call my girl ratty.
That's my baby godmama. I don't know if you seen the video. She touching my belly while I'm pregnant. Talking about my god baby in there. Yup, it sure is.
She said she a little ready.
She gonna get me. Okay, so before we close out, any albums coming soon? How do the people find you?
So Therapy version 1 is out on all streaming platforms. On Instagram, I'm ASIA.0. So Asia.0, but it's 0.0. Do you know Asaka the Renegade? I think you should have him on the show. He's the greatest guy ever, guys.
He's on his way too. you giving all the tea.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, on his way too.
That's just to name somebody that I can just think of off the top of my head. I think Jazz Watts. You know Jazz Watts?
No, I don't know.
Got to put you on Jazz Watts. He's on that festival too. That's all I can think of right now. But I'm just looking to book more shows, especially in the city. Like, I can book things out of state, but this is my city. I still live here. I probably shouldn't have ever said that because everybody has been saying, like, are you back home yet? Are you home?
Like, I live here.
Yeah, I'm out of town, actually. But no, I actually do live here. So I want to book more shows here just so I can get more acquainted with my people while we here. Because I'm probably going to have to move to L.A. for real this time, guys. So, yeah, somebody going to be mad that I said that because they really think I live in L.A. It's actually hilarious.
Girl, you about to get me in trouble. Like. All right, lastly, shout-outs. Any shout-outs? First of all, Eric for sure, right?
Yeah, shout out to Eric Ballinger. I love Eric. Eric is a great guy. He's a great human being.
We're going to have to get him on this show. Let's put that in the universe.
Oh, we can do that. That's easy. That's literally
Eric
easy.
On this show. So.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Shout out to Eric and shout out to Lamaya Good. That's his wife. Okay. I love her. She's like an auntie to me. That's Megan Good's sister.
Oh.
Yes, girl. She's so pretty, girl. They look kind of similar. It's actually sick when you sitting there talking to her.
I'm going to Google her and probably
it's be like,
it's probably going to be scary.
Why y'all make the same facial expressions? It's actually really weird. Shout out to my mama and my daddy. I love y'all. Shout out to my pastor, Pastor Welton. He's going to get me because I haven't been to church in like 3 Sundays. Shout out to my siblings. Shout out to Sparkle Jewel because she has been going through all of this music industry stuff with me, and it has been a trying time, but it comes with the territory, so, you know.
And she a ride or die, so.
She really is. Since 5th grade, 16 years, girl.
Don't make them like that no more.
16 strong years.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on my show. Really? This is crazy. Like, we really went to middle school, and I got a show. You signed. Like, girl, what? Okay. Whew.
That's that Winans Academy.
It had to be Marvin and Winans. He put something in the air when we was walking through them hallways with them ugly skirts.
We was done right. I ain't gonna lie. I was very aggravated at that school. But they did us right as far as, like, being in orchestra, being in drama, they had really professional people to really teach us the craft for real. Like, they did a good job. They owe us for the books. They still owe us for the books.
Girl, she is so
let's shout out Pastor. We need our money. No, Bishop. That's Bishop Pastor Winans.
Okay.
We need our money. Praise God. Love
All
you.
right. Well, thank you. Till the next time, because I'm definitely going to have you back.
Yes.
Follow her on Instagram. Follow me at relly.v. And I will catch y'all the next episode.
Real talk with Relly B.